Welcome in craft and designing 3.10. Welding is a fabrication process that joins materials, usually metal or thermoplastic, by using high heat to melt the part together and allowing them to cool, causing fusion. Welding is distinct from lower temperature techniques such as ribbing and soldering, which do not melt the base metal. In addition to melting the base material, filler material is typically added to the joint to form a pool of molten material that cools to form a joint can be stronger than the base material. Pressure may also be used in conjunction by a shear or any other welding. Consecution also requires a form of shield to protect the foil metals or melted metal from being contaminated. Many different energy sources can be used for welding, including a gas flame, chemical and electrical or laser, electronic beam friction, and ultrasonic machine, and like as a peacock, and so on. While often an industrial process, welding may be performed in many different environments, including in open air, underwater, and in outer space. Welding in a hazardous undertaking, and precautions are required to avoid burns, electric shocks, vision damage, inhalation of poisonous gases and fumes, and exposure to intense ultraviolet radiation. Says until the end of 19th century, the only welding process of forgive welding, which blacksmith like as a that uh, chemges and oxy-fuel arc welding were among the first presses to develop late in the century, and electric resistance welding followed soon after. So, at 20th century, as the world was drove the demand of a reliable and inexpensive joining method. Following the was several gas metalwork welding, submerged or welding, flux cord arc welding, electroslag welding, laser beam welding, electronic beam welding, plug, chain, nuts, and so on, etc. The development continued with the invention of laser beam welding, electronic beam welding, magnetic pulse welding, and in different homes, some any other things are followed as. Etymology: the term weld is of English origin with root from Scandinavia. It is often confused with the Old English word weald, meaning of forested areas, but this word eventually improved in the modern version, wild. The Old English word of the welding iron was sammed or sammed welling, with heart more relating flowers, heart and disk, and so flowers, beautiful flowers can make something else, some old iron things that can be used in various terminology that can make simple and organic fit organs body, organs separated and mixed it and in a body. Then the welding. The most common gas welding process is oxy-fuel welding, also known as oxyacetylene welding. It is one of the oldest and most versatile welding. The equipment is relatively inexpensive and simple, generally employing the combustion of acetylene to produce a welding flame temperature of about 3110 degrees centigrade at Fahrenheit. The flame, since it is less concentrated than an electric arc, causes slower welding cooling, which can lead to greater residual stresses and weld destruction, though it cases the welding of high alloy steels, and these processes use the welding power supply to create and maintain an electronic arc between an electrode and the base material to melt metal at electrode and so on. Some direct current or alternating current and consumable or non-consumable electrodes can be a mix-up, and the welding region is sometimes protected by some type of inert or semi-inert gas known as shielding gas, and filler material is sometimes used as all. Arc welding process. One of the most common type of arc welding is sheet metal arc welding. It is also known as manual metal arc welding (MMRW) or stick welding. Electric current is used to strike an arc between the base material and consumable electrode rod, which is made of filler material and is covered with a flux that protects the weld area of oxidation and contamination by producing carbon dioxide gas during the welding process. Or trees, a man and woman itself that can be foiler material, making a separate and the foiler unnecessary, like as a butterfly. Then the process is versatile and can be performed with relatively inexpensive equipment, making it well suited to shop yard and field work. So when dogs dances in a beautiful shape and a chain and a covered of coolers in underwood and so on, or duck, a beautiful duck or an ostrich. Ostrich can be making in fully powers and tables with the chains that can be made with different table with different categories and various categories, so as the further deals. Gas material or welding, also known as metal inert gas or MIG welding, is a semi-automatic or automatic process that uses a continuous wire feed as an electrode and an inert or semi-inert gas mixture. A related process, flux cord or welding, uses similar equipment but uses wire consistent in plug like a Z-plug, motor plug, but it permits even higher welding speed and greater metal and a man with arrow and so as gas tungsten arc welding. A welding then intense gas welding is a manual welding process that uses a non-consumable electrode and inert or semi-inert, especially useful for welding thin material. This method is characterized by a stable arc and high quality weld, but it requires a tank. Army tank is much beautiful on the same way as the next process conjured an arrow with the best Zengier consequent and in high material mechanism of welding. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.